how you started this company?
There is also a story about how I ended up with this problem. Career to RiverSoft, I think it's a very different game. When you're doing a company culture is the most important thing when anybody is setting up.
I'll ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite? Hi. So we have today with us Ashutosh from RiverSoft. He's the founder of RiverSoft.
Hi, Shekhar.
Hi. So today we'll be trying to understand Ashutosh's journey in entrepreneurship, and we'll try to understand how RiverSoft has become one of the prominent companies in water filtration today. So Ashutosh, I would like to start with trying to understand your journey about how you started this company.
I always wanted to start something. So after passing out of IIT Delhi, I wanted to get some experience in business administration. I went to IIM Ahmedabad, and after IIM Ahmedabad, I always wanted to start something on my own. After completing 3 years into the work life, it felt like a very right moment for me to jump into the entrepreneurship journey.
Okay.
And but after 3 years, I realized there's still something missing, and that's the time I got into Cloudtail, which is the e-commerce company, which was part of Amazon.
Okay.
And from there, I learned e-commerce. After working 1 year into Cloudtail, I thought it was the right moment that I can jump into entrepreneurship, and I wanted to start, and this problem seemed very right to me. There is also a story about how I ended up with this problem. So we can also go through that, but that's where I thought it was right for me to jump into entrepreneurship.
Okay. How did your experience with Amazon and Cloudtail help you with setting up RiverSoft?
Cloudtail is an e-commerce player where we were managing sellers in Amazon, and it gave me the right exposure of understanding the e-commerce market, how companies are growing into e-commerce market, how to choose the right product, how to research the right product, how to make sure that we beat the competition in that sphere. And all that actually helped me in finalizing the category that I want to play in, and how to beat the competition that I want to play in. And previous to Cloudtail, I was in a consulting company,
Okay.
Which helped me develop a very analytical mindset. And that also helped me understand, target the problem analytically. And as I moved ahead with my RiverSoft journey, that experience helped me a lot.
Okay. What challenges did you face in transitioning from your corporate career into RiverSoft?
So, corporate career to RiverSoft, I think it's a very different game. When you're doing a job, you are told what to do, and there is a specific things that you have to do, specific targets you have to give. But when you transition to a company, it's completely different. You have to do everything. First of all, everything comes to you. You are not only just doing the product work, you are also doing, let's say, marketing work. You are doing the HR, you are doing accounting, you are doing compliance, and you have to know everything end to end. Otherwise, you cannot run the company. It is, when we transition from a job to a company, it is very challenging. But one thing I kept in mind when I started is, whatever comes, I need to learn that aspect, and I should be ready to learn anything that comes to me. And that helped me a lot while transitioning from a job to a startup culture.
Okay. And so one of the main things when you're setting up a company is the company culture. So how did you go about it?
Yeah, absolutely right. Company culture is the most important thing when anybody is setting up. And I think one of the prominent things, my previous work experiences helped me a lot in setting up company culture. So what I saw in my previous companies is that culture is something that binds your employees, and it also helps them take up inspiration from those values that you have set up. When I started RiverSoft, I soon realized if you set a company which is completely focused on the customers and absolutely customer obsessive, if you set up the values around these customer obsession part, the employees also love being associated with those kind of objectives. And initially, let's say when I had 2-3 employees, that aspect really it was inbuilt into the company, that everybody has to work for the right thing. We are not here to get money from the customers. We are here to add value to the customer's life. And once we set with that kind of objective, the employees also start loving the job. They also want to work towards that kind of objective. And I think this culture, which has remained over the years of last 5 years of our journey, has helped us not only maintain the motivation in the employees, but it also helped us innovate. So a lot of innovation has happened because employees want to contribute. The people who are working with me want to contribute towards the company's innovation.
Okay. And how do you hire for your company? As in, so you talked about the fact that you keep them motivated, but I would also, as in, how does that work?
Yeah, so hiring is, I think, one of the most important part in any startup. A startup founder can only do certain things in a company, and hiring people becomes one of the most important part in a startup. What I look into somebody when I hire is how he can blend into the current company culture, and whether he can take it, as I said, what company culture we have established. So whether he can take forward the same kind of culture, having the same kind of customer obsession, doing the right thing for the customers, if that kind of objective that the person in front of me is ready to take up, then I think it's a right fit for the company. I also want to hire people who can also work for the team. Like there can be people who are more individual working versus working with the team. I'll always prefer somebody who is ready to work with the team than who can contribute more individually.
Was there a specific moment when you decided to start RiverSoft? As in you said that you basically always wanted to start, but was there a specific moment that inspired you to just, take that plunge?
As I said, I always wanted to take entrepreneurship plunge. It was, I think, in 2017 when we had moved an apartment, and we moved to an area where there was hard water issues. So I have been in Bangalore since 2014. But we never faced any issue because we were living in an area where water quality was very good. And suddenly, in 2017, when we shifted, we realized that water quality is bad. We were losing hair. Me and my wife both were losing hair, and we were very concerned. What has happened? What has changed? And upon a lot of research, I found out the hard water issue that is happening in Bangalore. A lot of people are facing this issue, and a lot of people are looking for the solution. And when you research in the market, there were hardly any affordable solutions. There are very expensive water softeners available, which are 50,000, even 1 lakh. But affordable solutions were missing. And being in a rented apartment, I could not spend 50,000 rupees on a rented apartment for a water filter. So in this research for finding a perfect a solution that works for us, for our kind of customer segment, a couple or a couple with a small family, living in a rented apartment, living in a city away from your home. So this is so all these things, I realized the problem is very big and needs to be solved, and that's where the journey of RiverSoft started. So I scouted a lot of products in the market, did a lot of research, what actually works, and there I ended up with this KDF-based filters, which works very good for hard water problems. And we tried a lot of different products, tried a lot of different combinations, and after a lot of rigorous tests on also using personally, sending it to the friends, find out this is the right product, and then finally after doing all this research, we launched it in 2019, August 2019.
Okay. And what challenges did you face when you were launching RiverSoft?
Challenges, launching any company is a huge challenge. So first of all, there is a regulation part of setting up a company. All the GST compliance and all of the compliances that has happened. Then finding the right product fit, that is the second major challenge. Then third is setting up right processes in the company. So I'll elaborate the third part, which I think is very important. So after we started RiverSoft, let's say in August 2019, and after let's say 1 or 2 months, when we realized that the product we have found the right product, and we were getting very good customer feedback. The next step for me was setting up the right processes in the company. So for example, operational process. How do I make sure that the operational process is end-to-end fixed and there is no gap in that process, or a customer support process, or accounting process, or a compliance process? And setting up all these processes becomes very important for any company, because you cannot have the company run like ad hoc. You have to set up a process where which guides the company, which guides you, the staff that is working with you. So and it makes their life and our life easy.
Were there any financial challenges also when you started?
Yeah, again, setting up a company, there are financial challenges, but I think there is one good part that has happened with the online in e-commerce is you can start with very low investment. So I started with around 3-4 lakhs of investment.
Okay.
And once I realized that this product has actually, we have found the right product, I invested a lot more. So me and my wife at the end would have invested 25 lakhs of our savings.
Okay.
The only good part was we were profitable from day one. So we knew that then we will get our money back. But yeah, there has to be some sort of financial, you need to invest a lot, because companies will, so for a company, you will have to invest some certain amount of money so for it to become big.
Yes. And how did you attract your first set of customers?
For first set of customers, what we did is initially when we launched the product, we launched it on Amazon and all the e-commerce platforms, and also launched our websites. We made sure that we provide a number, and there is a number that which the customers can call to that number. That actually helped us drive the conversion very, very high. So any customer who are calling us, we could explain them what the product was, how it worked, how it can help, and how they were safe in terms of the product that they are trying. Because customers wants to be sure if something happens, who do they reach out to? And we made sure that we had a customer support line which was always open for customer queries, customer resolutions, and that kind of trust that got developed helped us get our customer conversion very high, and also we got very loyal customers because of that. So there are certain customers who have been with us for the last 5 years. So yeah.
And how does your team help with all this? As in, how did you build this reliable team, and how are they helping in your day-to-day operations?
As I said, I wanted to set a company culture. I wanted to set up certain values in the company that drives the company culture. But I think you have to be a little lucky also in terms of the employees that you hire. So the first employee that I hired, Pawan, he is still with me. The second employee that I had is still with me, and they have grown with the company. They have learned a lot, and I, as an employer, make sure that they learn over the course of 5 years. They also learn. Their life gets improved, and they have associated with the objective that we started with and taken it forward.
Any challenges that you have seen in the industry per se, generally speaking, when you talk about water filtration?
Not challenges. What I say is India is facing a lot of issues in terms of the water problems, and there are companies which have become very big in water filtration industry, but the problem is so wide that there's a lot of space, there are a lot of niche areas that are still pending to be solved, and targeting those niche problems and developing the right product for those problems is what we look for. So, and that's the challenge we take on ourselves. This is the problem that is existing in the market. Let's go and approach this problem. Let's solve and provide the right product for the customers, and affordable product for the customers.
So you said that you did your BTech from IIT Delhi and then your MBA from Ahmedabad. How did that help? What did you learn there that basically helped you?
I did mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Mechanical engineering was actually the foundation of finding the like when you work with the products and physical products.
Yeah.
I think mechanical engineering base helps a lot.
Okay.
And when in IIM Ahmedabad, I learned a lot about business management, finances, accounting, and all. So that helped in startup. Accounting and marketing. These are one of the most important pillars. And marketing is very important. So that helped a lot from IIM.
Okay. And while you were building RiverSoft, did you have any mentors, anybody you took inspiration from?
Inspiration or mentors, I don't have any formal mentor, but I'll say I take a lot of inspiration from my surroundings. My sister is herself an entrepreneur.
Okay.
She started much earlier than me, and I take a lot of inspiration from her. I have a lot of friends who have startups, my school friends who are doing really good in their startups. I take inspiration from them. I'll take inspiration from a lot of people around me, because coming out from IIT Delhi and IIM Ahmedabad, there's a peer group that is they are doing very well, and they are a lot to inspire from.
Okay. That's all for today, I think. Thank you for joining us today. It was great talking to you, Ashutosh, understanding your journey with RiverSoft and understanding how you are changing the water filtration industry, and solving real customer problems. Thank you, everyone. That's all for today.
Thanks a lot, Shekhar.